Yeah, hello guys. My name is Kilani Bashorun Ogunmola. So today we'll be doing something entirely different. Over like 3 4 contents that we've put out on this our platform. We've been majorly videos and breaking down some particular old songs from Ayinla Omowura and Ebenezer Obey. Yeah, so today I want to just drop some 10 facts or happenings that happened in Ibadan between 1850 to 1870s. I know many people might have read stories about some names like Bashorun Ogunmola. You must have heard about St. Anne's Grammar School. You must have heard about the church in Kudeti. You must have heard about Ogunpa, Okearemo, and you're wondering when these places, like you're wondering the stories about these places or facts about these places. So in this session, on this video, you'll be learning some facts about some of these things that happened between 1850 to 1870. So just sit back, relax, and make sure you like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you. Yeah, so as we all know that Ibadan is a great town, it's a great city from yesteryears. They've been one of the most powerful towns during the times of warfares, the Ijaye War, and many other wars that took place during the 1800s. So there's no how we are going to talk about Ibadan and we won't talk about the CMS, the missionaries, because the first white people that landed or set their foot in Ibadan, David Indra and Anna Indra, they were both the first white people to step their foot on the soil of Ibadan in 1851. On their arrival, the people of Ibadan, the residents, were all happy. They were all in excitement to see people from different countries and of different color. Some were amused and surprised that such people exist, because during this time there was no technology. It was just mainly locality and other stuff. So in 1851, the first white people to step their foot in Ibadan was David Indra and Anna Indra in 1851. So another fact of things that happened in Ibadan, as I said, I will be giving 10 facts. So I've said one. So the second one happened in 1863. This was during the Ijaye War, which broke out in about 1860, 1861. So in 1863, the then governor of Lagos, Captain Glover, was set to make a journey into the town of Ibadan, and the only route he could pass at that time during the war was the Ijebu route, then to locate Ibadan. But he was on 3 occasions denied passage routes to Ibadan. No, unlike this era whereby you can just take bus, you can take Lagos Ibadan, you can take Abeokuta, you can take many places. But then during the time of war, there are certain places you can't pass, or else you'll be killed or you'll be sacrificed to Ogun, as it used to happen then. So Captain Glover in 1863 was on a journey to Ibadan and was supposed to pass through Ijebu, but he was denied access, or he was denied entry or passage route into Ibadan in 1863 by the Ijebus. Anna Indra was the first person to establish a school in Ibadan. She taught both adults and children, taught them how to speak English, she taught them how to knit and how to sew, and other things they do in European countries. She also taught them Christian religious knowledge, because they were from the CMS. They were on a mission to proclaim Christ, to bring people to Christianity in Africa, and Ibadan was Ibadan was their station when they arrived in Africa. So the school now is known as St. Anne's Grammar School in Ibadan. On New Year's Day in 1869, this is the third fact, the new church at Okeogunpa was opened in 1869. Yeah, so going on to the next fact and what happened in Ibadan. Yeah, so during this period, the head of Ibadan was called the Bale. So he has other chiefs. Unlike now, where the traditional head of Ibadan is known as Olubadan. Then, during this period, during the 1800s to like 1900s, the head of the town was known as the Bale. Majority spent 2 years, 3 years, 1 year, and the likes. So in 1861, when the war broke out, during the times of war, there was going to be a sacrifice, which is like a normal proceedings before going to war in different towns. Some go to worship their deities like Ogun before they go to war, and other deities that is in their towns. So in Ibadan, it was said that they were going to sacrifice a young man between the age of 20 to 30 before going to war. So this young man was brought out. He was paraded in the daytime across different markets in Ibadan before he was being sacrificed for their success in war. So going on to the next fact, in 1867, after the death of the Bale of Ibadan, which was Bashorun Ogunmola Mapo, it was the Bale between 1865 to 1867. So on his second burial ceremony, which took place, his horse was sacrificed or was killed, and it was to be buried on his grave. During this period, no market is allowed to open. During this period, his warriors or his men or his followers, they were allowed to steal and do whatever they like in the town of Ibadan, and no law could hinder them from doing anything, because it was said that they were showing or paying their last respect in honor of Bashorun Ogunmola, which was the Bale of Ibadan, the heads of all the chiefs of Ibadan then. 1867, the Oloyes of Ibadan, the chiefs of Ibadan, they were going to evict or expel all the whites in their land. Note, this didn't start in Ibadan. It has started in different parts of Abeokuta and other places where the CMS people, the missionaries, were based, where their stations had been burnt, some has been demolished, some has been wrecked to the ground. So the Oloyes in Ibadan have gotten the information that a war was going to break out, or a war has broken out. So they held a meeting on whether they should evict or expel the white people from their land. So after the meeting, they were able to come to a conclusion, and the white people were reassured, and they were given full support from the Ibadan people and the chiefs that nothing was going to happen to them. So this was how the white people were able to stay back in Ibadan during the war that broke out, but not less than 1 or 2 years after David Indra and Anna Indra was set to leave and go back to England. When the Ijaye War broke out in 1860, majority of the deliverables and letters, transcripts that were supposed to enter the town of Ibadan from Lagos through Egba, which is Abeokuta, couldn't reach Ibadan, and provisions, food, clothing were all cut short in the Abeokuta routes before getting to Ibadan. So it was a dire situation for the missionary and for people in Ibadan. They couldn't go to farm because most of their farms, some farm as far as in Egba land today. So they go from Ibadan to Egba, then they come back to Ibadan. But it was not possible then. So most of the deliverables that were sent to even the whites, they were not allowed to pass through the Egba land. They were cut short by the Egba people. In 1868, the church at Kudeti, which was the first church and the original station where the missionary first stepped their foot in, or where they established the first church rather, was able to gather at least 100 baptized Christians, and they were present at the church to worship in 1868. Yeah, so I hope you all have learned one or two things about Ibadan and about things that happened between 1850 to 1870. So my name still remains Kilani Bashorun Ogunmola. You can share this video. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page, like and share, and also don't forget to comment. We'll see you another time. Bye.